I don't know, I just felt compelled to stand up, and I noticed this has been a wonderful meal, and the wine and everything, the company, the whole thing, but I noticed that in our menu, this is dedicated, this meal, this meeting, this coming together is dedicated to Barbara, and I just had to stand up and rise while there's still something left of this wonderful dessert wine from the south of France and propose a toast to the memory of a perfectly wonderful woman, and I miss her, and I think many of us miss her here, but we know how much our great professor misses her, and I just want to toast the memory of Barbara Millard and how much she would have loved to have been here. And I also have to point out that the last time that most of us saw her was at a time when her life was in the depths, and she pulled herself together and presented herself with such grace and beauty that night that that's a memory for all of us to cherish. So, to Barbara. Great dinner, Paul and Pamela. It couldn't have been nicer. She would have liked it very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I appreciate you help me say goodbye to her tonight, because this society was very important to her, and she loved you all. And most all of you knew her pretty well. She had a way of doing that. Let's go back. I was in the Marines at Camp Pendleton in commando training for Korea. And they gave us orders for Korea, and they gave us a weekend off, and I went up to Los Angeles. And one of the people that my father had worked with in Florida way back in the 20s was a guy named Y. Freeman, and he was vice president of Paramount Studios. So I called him up, and I got his wife on the phone, and I told her, look, I've only got a weekend before I'm going to be in Korea. Where are all the nice girls? And she said, there's a fancy dress ball at the Biltmore Hotel. It's a set-up thing. It's expensive. There's no way you can get in. Forget it, but I'm just telling you, that's where they are. Well, I'd been doing some calf roping in Texas, so I had my cowboy outfit in the back of my car. So I put it on, and I went down to the Biltmore Hotel, and I went late, which is the only way to do if you haven't got a ticket. And I got there at midnight, and I went down, and I told the lady at the gate that there was great music tonight, and she said, "You've been in?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Well, let me check you off again." So I gave her Miller. I knew there'd be no Millards. And then she said, when I started down the stairs after I checked myself off, she said, "But it's Mr. and Mrs." And I said, "Mrs. is inside." I went down the stairs and came up onto the ballroom. And just as I came up on the ballroom, there she was. She was sitting alone, looking this way. And I thought, my God. So I said, "How about a dance?" And she said, "Okay." She came down, and we danced. And I found out that she had the date had been made 3 months in advance, and there was no way she could get out of it because he asked her so far in advance. And she said he was drinking that night, and so she didn't feel like she had to stay there all the time, so I got the dance. And that's how I met her. So then I went off to Korea and so forth. But she was just, well, you all knew her. I know more than you do, but she's... Now, I want to let you into the secret of our life a little bit. This is a happy birthday card from her on my 80th birthday. And she says on the front of the card, "Happy birthday to the man who has seen me through the best of times and the worst of times." And on the inside, I'll read this to you because it tells you so much about her, and it might be a good thing for the girls to hear. I love you, and it's your birthday. In honor of both, I have a little gift. It's a promise, really, to help our love bloom over time. What is it? It is me kissing you. It's me listening, really listening, so you feel known. It's me taking your hand day after day in good times and bad, so you feel how we belong. A better friend, the truest, bluest love of all. It's me forever wishing beautiful things for your life. Happy birthday. And then she wrote underneath, I love you. This is what she always used to say. I love you every day with every hair I've lost. Barbara. I have 3 pictures here. One of her when I met her, one showing how she always was in my corner, and one, she was such a good mother. I don't know how to do this, but you can pass them around and I'll pick them up later or whatever, but thank you for your patience.